Hello everyone. I am Gauri Deshpande, working as a scientist at TCS Research India and doing PhD in affective computing under Professor Björn Schuller from University of Augsburg, Germany. I am glad to present the paper titled Laughter as a Controller in a Stress Buster Game, which is a joint effort of all the authors of this paper, Sachin Patel, Sushovan Chanda, Preeti Patil, Vasundhara Agrawal, Professor Björn Schuller, and me. What is laughter? Laughter is an act of laughing which can either be a spontaneous response to a stimuli or a conscious effort of making the laughing sound. A conscious effort is usually associated with audible sound, however, a spontaneous one may not have any sound associated. Here are the samples of acted and spontaneous laughing sound. The acted laughing is like and the spontaneous one sounds Irrespective of the category, laughter has always been having therapeutic benefits such as being an effective self-care tool for reducing stress and anxiety. It has also proven as an effective component of treatment for depression. In several studies, it is also found effective in reducing pain and heart problems. In a controlled study conducted in Japan with 56 cancer patients, it was found that laughter therapy may represent a beneficial, non-invasive complementary intervention in the clinical setting as the intervention group had significantly better cognitive function and less pain than the control group for a short period. From the multiple benefits that the laughter therapy has, reducing stress is a prominent and most applied application of it. We will be talking about a laughter-based stress reduction approach here. While talking about stress, there are multiple causes of stress which are highly subjective and contextual in nature. Also, often an individual doesn't understand the severity of stress effects until they become obviously visible. The most recent cases of stress among several individuals worldwide had been the spread of the pandemic disease COVID-19. In this paper, we propose a smartphone application-based game which is designed such that it helps user in reducing their stress, where the users can control the game using their laughing sound. The laughing activity not only blooms up a flower but has a significant impact on giving relief to the user from stress, if any. Let us see a demo of the game being used. The Stress Buster game is named as Laugh Out Loud or LOL in short. As we saw, the wilted flower is bloomed up by laughing. There are two major components of this game. First one is the laughter detector and the second one is the game design itself. The laughter detector used in this game is built using machine learning techniques. It starts with collecting data to build a machine learning model. We collected the laughter and other similar sounds such as speech and cough of participants for building this laughter detector. We also took the samples of laughter from publicly available datasets such as ESC50 and SSPNet. We used the well-known machine learning algorithm Random Forest, which gives an accuracy of 84% on the test dataset. When compared with other ML techniques, we found that this algorithm supersedes others. Even on other datasets, it exceeds the state-of-the-art detection accuracy. This is a very important feature for a model to be used at a game backend. About game design, we followed the Serious Game Design Assessment Framework. Let us look into the individual components considered in the game design. The game has a definite purpose to help users relieve stress by laughing out loudly. Accordingly, the content has the information shared on the first screen. It says, laughter is the best medicine that stimulates your heart, lungs, and muscles, increases your oxygen intake, and enhances your happy hormones. The LOL game incorporates laughter therapy and encourages players to laugh out their stress. As a part of game mechanics, the game has increasing levels of difficulty to engage the users and controlled by their laughing intensity and duration. The user is given with done button to stop any time in between. At the end, the restart button enables them to play the game again if they want to. Also, they get an encouraging message if they achieve the highest level in the game, which is great, you have done it. Also, the control mechanism, which is intensity and duration, are not shared with the user so that it remains a surprise for them. About fiction and narrative, the wilted flower blooming up with laughter helps a stressed individual to relate to their own condition, and laughter bridges the gap between real and game world, which makes the system cohesive enough. To induce relief, flower and green imagery which are found to have positive effect are used. Also, the participants considered in the study belong to the age group of 25 to 60 who do not have any throat-related ailments. The study conducted has given steps. The study was executed in a soundproof room so that the conversations and laughter sound remains within the room itself. As the participants enter the room, we take consent from them for recording their voice and capture their age group and current stress level. The survey is completely anonymized. Only if they give their consent, the next steps follow. The moderator gives them instructions to perform and leaves the room. As per the moderator's instructions, they respond to a digital anonymized survey which captures their stress level on a scale of 1 to 5 before playing the game along with their age group. Then the candidate plays the game. While playing, the smartphone app captures the information such as the level reached, number of times the player attempted the game, and the duration spent by the candidate on the game, which is the time between start and done button press. After playing, they again submit the survey which captures their stress level on a scale of 1 to 5. After this, the moderator enters the room and starts audio recording. The moderator then enters into a conversation with the candidate and asks about their overall experience. We had two versions of the game. The first version had 3 levels. However, we got a feedback that the levels are very difficult. Hence, later we kept the same energy and threshold for duration and increased the levels to 12, where each threshold was applied to 4 consecutive levels. 14 candidates participated with first version and 34 with the second version. The threshold values means to cross the lowest level, a candidate needs to laugh with an intensity of 15 units and for duration of 8 counts of laughs, each with a minimum duration of 1 second. While comparing the two versions, we found that version 1 had more candidates reporting no change in stress reduction, which is SR neutral. Version 2 has almost 30% increment in reducing the stress level positively. The stress reduction is calculated as a difference between pre and post stress recorded for the candidate using survey. With respect to different age groups, it was found that the maximum number of trials in males were made by participants of the age group 26 to 30 years and that of females in the age group 31 to 35 years. The maximum average level of laughter achieved by males was in the age group 41 to 50 and that of females was in the age group 21 to 25. The qualitative analysis of the recorded laughter shows that the quality of their laughter was really loud and audacious. This indicates us to focus on the mentioned age groups for our further studies in order to derive significant conclusions. The highest levels were achieved by male participants in the age group 41 to 50 years. However, the sample size for this demographic was comparatively small, which is 5. The age group 21 to 25 years has the second best average levels reached for both male and female. This might indicate that the laughter levels are better calibrated for a certain age group or that the design elements have a better appeal with this demographic group. From the results, it was found that overall 76.6% participants experienced relief in stress. On an average, duration of 4 minutes was spent by the candidates playing game version 1, which increased to 7 minutes with version 2 of the game. The maximum level achieved by the candidates in version 1 is 4, which is increased to 8 in game version 2. The varying difficulty levels encouraged the candidates to spend more time with the game. With reduced difficulty level, participants enjoyed more. From the qualitative analysis of the semi-structured interviews that the moderator had with the participants, it was observed that 50% of the participants who reported neutral stress reduction in the pre and post survey actually felt better and enjoyed the activity. From the conversations the moderator had with the candidates, some prominent and repetitive words appeared, and these words were something like, "The game is good, I enjoyed playing it, feeling relaxed, want to play when my family and friends are around me, I am curious to know how it works." Some less positive feedback also came, such as, "I do not find motivation to bloom a flower. It is a difficult game. Can I use other means such as speaking or facial expressions to bloom the flower up?" These statements indicate opportunities for the future work. There is a need to cater to individual differences in styles and patterns of laughter. This may be achieved by training or adapting the laughter model with individual data. Going ahead, we would like to implement and use an optimized LSTM RNN technique. This is to further enhance the accuracy measure and more accurately detect the laughter instances. We also have the opportunity to serve all personas and demographics better by allowing players to choose game objects and narratives of their choice. We could incorporate design elements such as funny characters, voice mimicry, humorous content that may serve as additional stimuli for laughter. These are the references which we have used while performing study, developing the model and sharing our results. With this note, I end my presentation here. Thank you.